What's up, guys? Austin here, or Luna, your friendly neighborhood storyteller. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's like 8 p.m. where I'm at right now. What time is it? Yeah, it's 8:02 on a Tuesday. It's storming outside, so if you hear any thunder or like loud noises, it's just a tornado ripping my house apart and making me fly away. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll probably be fine. But today's story time is a very good one in my opinion. Very crazy one. Kind of funny, kind of wild. I think you guys will enjoy it. Before I get into it, just want to say I dropped a new song. It's called, what's it called again? Oh, I'm on one? Yeah, I'm stupid. It's called I'm on one. The reception on it so far has been very positive, so thank you guys so much for listening. Please, if you listen to it, tweet me or tag me on Instagram. I'm still replying to people. I'm still liking tweets. I'm still, trying to show my love back to you guys. So thank you for supporting the song, for real. If you haven't heard it yet, I'll put it first link in the description. Go check it out. Anyway, today's story time, let's get into it. So today's story time all starts off as a regular day, back when I was 19. So at this point, I was living out in LA, but I was actually visiting home in New York for a month. And I was renting my own little like Airbnb/apartment for the month. And I had a friend staying with me. And we kind of had the same routine every single day. I'd wake up, take a shower, and then me and him would go get breakfast at this like bagel place like down the street. And then we would just hang out the whole day and just kind of kick it with our friends and just drive around and hang out. And this was like any other day during that time. I got up, took a shower, ate breakfast with my homie. Then we picked up another friend of ours, went to the mall, stayed there for a few hours, did some shopping. Then after that, we went and saw a movie with another friend of ours. And then after that, it was me and like two other people hanging out at my apartment/Airbnb at like 9 or 10 at night, right? And we're getting hungry again. And my one friend, the one that was like crashing with me, he was like, yo, let's go get McDonald's. Now, personally, I don't like McDonald's that much. I don't hate it by any means. It's good. I've just been eating it my entire life, and I'm sick of it because it tastes the exact same as it did from the first day I had it. So I'm just like a little over it, right? Like I'm more of a Taco Bell kind of guy, which is, I know, it's a hot take because Taco Bell makes you shit your brains out, but I don't know. Anyway, my friend wanted to go to McDonald's. I kind of wanted Taco Bell, but I made the sacrifice because I knew it would make my friend happy. I was like, yeah, let's do McDonald's. So we hopped in my homie's car, and it was like all of us in the car, and we go to McDonald's. Now, this McDonald's we were going to was like notoriously bad for drunk people to be there. The bars would let out like 2 streets over and people would walk over, or they would drive, which is obviously stupid because drinking and driving, and they would order food through the drive-thru. And it was always a shit show. It was always a very long line, but it was the only McDonald's that was open late. So we went there, and sure enough, it was like a 20-car line. There was mad people lined up for food. And when it was our turn to get up to the speaker and start ordering, we're ordering our food, right? I was ordering actually. I got a 10-piece nugget meal because nuggets are elite. And all of a sudden, while I'm ordering, I feel our car get slammed into. And then we slam into the car in front of us because we got hit and pushed forward into the person in front of us. Someone hit us. And I turn around, and I see this guy passed out at the steering wheel while still driving into us. So naturally, I jump out of the car because I'm, trying to figure out what's going on here. And I walk up to the guy who's passed out behind the wheel, and he has his window down. So I tap him on the shoulder and I was like, hey man, wake up. Like you have your foot on the gas. Like, come on, wake up. And he wakes up and he takes his foot off the gas. He puts his foot on the brake and he goes, oh, fuck, my bad, man, my bad. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And I was like, oh, you're drunk. You're definitely drunk. And my other friend gets out of the car. He comes over and he's like, yo, like, what the fuck, man? You hit us. And this guy's like, I didn't hit you. I didn't hit anyone. And my friend's like, yeah, you fucking did. You're drunk, bro. You passed out behind the wheel and you hit us, bro. You made us hit the car in front of us, too. And this guy's like, I'm not fucking drunk. You're fucking drunk. And I was like, dude, this guy is hammered. And the more and more he talks, the more and more I'm like listening to him and watching him talk, I realize something. He looks like super familiar. And I look over at my friend and I was like, dude, doesn't this guy look familiar? Like, I feel like I've seen him here before. And he's like, bro, I thought the same thing. And then it both hits us at the same exact time. We're like, yo, this was our teacher. This dude was our 6th grade social studies teacher. Yeah, we originally had this girl teacher. And then halfway through the year, she had to like leave because she was pregnant and had to go on maternity leave or whatever. And this other teacher replaced her for the rest of the year. And this was that guy. And I remember looking at him and just being like, is this who I think it is? And I said his name. And he looks at me. And then he recognizes me. And he goes, oh, yeah, I remember you. And I was like, all right, man, well, like, we gotta call the cops. So you hit our car, we hit the person in front of us, there was an accident, even if it was minor, like, we gotta call the cops. Also, bro, like, you can't be driving. Like, you're clearly drunk. And right after I said that to him, he, like, crashes out on me. He starts screaming. He's like, I'm not fucking drunk. You guys are fucking crazy. Like, I'm not drunk. I'm just tired. I just worked fucking 40 hours in 2 days. Like, I'm fucking exhausted, man. And I just looked at him and I was like, excuse me, sir, but 40 hours in 2 days, the math really isn't mathing here. That would mean, like, he straight up lived at work and just went home to sleep 8 hours. Also, as a teacher, you don't work 40 hours in 2 days. Like, it just doesn't make sense. He was clearly lying. Anyway, my friend jumps on the phone and starts calling the cops because he had to report it because there was an accident. And when the teacher notices that my friend's on the phone with the cops, he throws his car in drive and attempts to peel out of the parking lot. But he didn't do it very successfully because he hit the curb and ripped his bumper off. And then drove the wrong way down the street. He went down a one-way and almost hit 2 cars. He then proceeded to turn and start going the right way, and he drove away. Now, like, I don't know, 10 minutes later, the cops pulled up and we talked to them and told them the story. And the thing was, like, we literally had this guy's license plate. My friend took a photo of it. I also had the dude's name, and so did my friend, because the dude was literally our teacher in middle school. So, like, he was going to get caught. He was bound to get caught. And he did get caught. They found him a few streets over, like, 20 minutes later. And he got arrested because he was drinking and driving. And also, apparently, he had like, a previous DUI, so a repeat offense. Pretty serious shit, man. If I had to guess, he probably lost his license for a long time, if not forever, and probably had to do some jail time for a while. Now, I don't know the extent of his charges. I don't know the extent of what happened to him after this night, because personally, I just didn't look into it. And I've tried looking into it since then, but I really couldn't find anything about it because it's been so long. But all I know is he got arrested that night because that's what the cops told us. And my friend found out that he had a previous DUI. So that's interesting. But if I had to guess, if I had to, like, you know, make an assumption here, the dude probably isn't a teacher anymore because, you know, not a good look for the school to be employing somebody like that. I would really hope that the dude doesn't do that anymore. I really hope he's, like, not drinking and driving anymore. And not getting himself into situations like that, because even though I didn't know him that well and I didn't like him that much as my teacher, I don't wish bad things upon anybody. I'm just really happy that the night went the way it did and not worse, because, like, he could have drove down that one way and crashed into somebody and hurt somebody or hurt himself, and people could have gotten hurt, and that wouldn't have been a good time. I'm glad that it was just a fender bender, you know what I mean, like a mild bump. I will say, though, it still sucked. And my friend still had to get his bumper fixed because there was a hole in it. And also the car ahead of us had a pretty fucked up bumper too, because this dude kind of hit us going a little bit harder than you would in a drive-through. But anyway, in the end, everybody was okay. My former teacher went to jail, probably for the night. Probably got another DUI if I had to guess. And probably had a real shitty night. But that's what happens when you drink and drive. And that leads me to the end of this story, which is the moral of this story is do not drink and drive. Uber exists. Lyfts exist, your friends exist, get a ride from your friend who's sober, or your family. I don't know, man, just don't drink and drive, please. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the story time. It's not every day where you run into an old teacher, let alone in these circumstances, so pretty interesting shit. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video, really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see y'all later. Peace. I got a switchblade, bitch, and you know